That's right, the Chicano channel. We're back. Because this is for the raza. That's right, hit that like button. My.
But for tonight, it seems I'm tangled up.
Every single Wednesday night.
I can't seem to shake you, baby.
That's right, that intro's too smooth. You know we can't gloss over the intro. Come on.
I can't seem to shake you, baby.
That's most of Raza's favorite part.
I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. Let go in. Save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight it seems I'm tangled up in you. Tangled up in you. Tangled up in you.
That's right, gente. We're back in it on Wednesday night. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Appreciate all the Raza. Appreciate everyone's support. That Wednesday intermission until we get to Wednesday to talk about it it seems a little bit long, doesn't it? We're going to be adding more shows little by little. I'd already planned to do a 2024 calendar and put it out there, but not yet because the channel is still developing. So gracias to all the day oneers and gracias to everyone in the members only. You already know what it is. We got to go through the formalities. Everyone in the members only, gracias. I call the members only the pinchy backbone of the community. And we got a lot to talk about. People were DMing me about going live, and Donnie was on the live. Do you remember when Donnie was on the live? A lot of people didn't know that Donnie came on about a year and a half ago. And then he just kind of mysteriously just went away. I guess there were some other things that were happening behind the scenes. I don't know. They were talking about Bonnie. Did he take Bonnie from Listo? I don't know. And I asked him on that video, I said, Donnie, did you take Bonnie from Listo? I didn't even know what they were referring to, but Donnie's good, man. We're always going to look out for Donnie here on the Pinchy Canal all the time. We're always going to look out for him. Always going to look out for Pinchy Donnie, man. So anyways, so shout out to everyone that watched that first live of the year. But here we are. We're on the third day of the Pinchy year, and it's going by. Again, I can feel the energy of the gente talking about, damn, they started something new on the new year, and now they're already starting to fall off of it. Gente, it takes willpower. It takes long-term thinking, gente. You know what? Let me get the chat up. That's right. Someone mentioned the chat. Shh, I can't even see the pinchy chat. Give me a second. I might as well just put on subscribers only mode. Might as well put it on subscribers only mode también, since I'm going to be over here. Anyways, gracias. That's right, Mr. Goy. I appreciate you, my boy. South LA's in the casa. That's right, my boy. South LA's in the house. All right, let me get the comments up right now. Give me a second. All right. That's right, man. And let me know, drop in the comment section something you want to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. I mean, we're going to talk about the YouTube Yada Awards, Gypsy Rose. We'll talk about Gypsy Rose. California's doing some funny shit. YouTubers, of course. It's always a good old time, huh? It's always a good old time, gente. That's right. Hit that like at the same time, cabrones. Let me see. That's it. All right. That's right. I appreciate you guys. Let's get this thing going and rocking. It's Wednesday night. It's the new year. I don't know. I mean, you should be feeling that energy that it's like breaking through shit energy or accomplishing new things energy. That's the energy I want to give to the gente. Accomplishing new things energy, doing what you got to do. I hope you received it good, first off. I really do. Here it is. All right. Andale. All right, that's right, Mr. Go. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the YouTube Yarda Awards, I got a lot of DMs on the YouTube Yarda Awards. You guys, I appreciate the DMs. Of course, it could go very longer. It could go more extensive también, gente. It can go longer and more extensive. So what I'm gonna do is I put an invitation out there, and if the gente wants to collaborate, then we just go ahead and put it on. We can put it on all the platforms, one platform, it don't matter, but everyone gets credit where credit is due for the 2024 YouTube Yarda Awards. No bullshit. So I was talking to Tony A right before I got on the live right now. That's all comedy right there. It's funny as hell. We talk about a lot of things here on the channel. So if you're new to the channel, gracias first of all for being a follower, for being a subscriber. No, it's not always tonterías and payasadas, but we do like to have a good time. I mean, to be completely honest. And then sometimes, of course, there's shots being fired, and then there's just complete pinchy entertainment. I mean, it's just some of the most. It's kind of like seeing the movie pinchy Born in East LA. Remember the movie Born in East LA?
Can be completed.
Help! I've been deported! I'm in Tijuana! Javier! Can you hear me? Estoy en Tijuana! Javier!
Jesús está en Tijuana. Madre Santa.
Madre Santa. So sometimes we get into, tonterías así. It's all entertainment. But then sometimes we get into some real stuff. When we start talking about Gypsy Rose, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines because some people, when we start talking about abuse, I mean, that's not a topic we're going to laugh about when we start talking about abuse. Some people want to go ahead and give some firsthand experience or anything. We open up the phone lines. The phone number's right there, 831-205-1735. We're on our way there. But I don't want to gloss over the fact that Chemo's Flicks puts in a lot of work. He puts in a lot of time into those videos. And so whenever there's a road trip and there's something to binge here, I go over to Chemo's Flicks, man. I go over to Chemo's Flicks. So anyways, we could keep that one going. I thought it was a good video. It got good views, so I was happy with it. I know you guys are happy with it. Boom, and we'll keep it pushing from that one. Oh, also, there was a little short that I put up there about the continuation school. It was funny. I get sent those little clips, right, on IG. And some of that stuff against mamadas, man. What in the world? But I actually went to that continuation school. But we're going to leave that in the members only, okay? Because there were some crazy things. It was a lot of crazy years. And it's my favorite decade, which is the 90s, just to let you know. But we'll leave that in the members only. All right, let's keep it pushing, you guys. Now, let's get into something substantial. For those that tune in for something substantial, I promise you something substantial. We're going to talk about it. The first thing that came across, let me give some shouts out in the comment section, though. Órale. Boy Aguilar, órale, qué hubo, carnal. I appreciate you, my boy. Gracias for tuning in. It's the Wednesday night show. You already know it's Chicano business over here. We're live on Chicano Tube, and we're live on Chicano Street, cabrón. What else you want, wey? What's up with the Blizzoo? Órale, qué onda, carnal. It's all to the good over here, man. We spitting what we do. I appreciate you. What's up with the Blizzoo? He's hitting them up. Like C-Mac, he said, C-Mac and China Mac and what the hater world put out. There's a no-fly zone for some of this shit. It's just at the end of the day, ese way. Even though I call him whatever I call him, it could be shots fired too. You know what I mean? It could be shots fired. So what? You know what I mean? Every once in a while, you gotta bump heads. I guess I don't know. But anyways, Banda Recodo over there. He's the king of Calexico. That's right. X Mike 925 is in the building. I already know that's Bay, right? That's East Bay. Because I got a lot of 925 numbers in my phone. So shout out to you, my boy. And Ernesto Ruiz, that's right. Mikey Saludos, I appreciate you, my boy. Gracias, man. We're right here on Chicano Tube. We're about to get into it. I just did some formalities right now. We're talking about the YouTube Yarda Awards. That can definitely be bigger with collaboration from editors' way. Because literally, I DJ'd on New Year's Eve. Not only that, of course, the main focus is just, I was off the whole week. I was trying to just slow it down as much as possible, but time goes by the same. Fast or slow, whatever. So I made that video like in 2 hours, but I could imagine Chemo's flicks. I said, cabron, this guy's pulling out, and it's so funny, man. I'm cracking up by myself in the pinche car. I mean, El was getting into it with the guy, and I think it was a Güero. I don't know who the guy is, and that's no disrespect. It is what it is. Who cares? It's the pinchy internet. Take it as disrespect. Who cares? It's the internet. But it was a guy loked out something. It looked like he had a red beard. It was a Güero, and so I don't know. But I never seen that one. I seen that one, was it yesterday or today? The Receipts and Roast. That was a good one, cabron. So I appreciate you, Chemo's Flicks. The Cruising Ban, gente. Let's talk about shit substantial now. Shit substantial. Cruising bans got lifted. A lot of things that got enacted on my daughter's birthday. So happy birthday again to my baby girl, my firstborn daughter. She was on the cover of 17 magazine. I know. I put it out there like at the beginning on my YouTube thing. I'm going to have to repost. And so it was on my daughter's birthday. A lot of things changed in California, gente. Let me put that chat up. So the first thing that happened in California on Pinchy 1-1, right when the new year started, is guess what? You're gonna fly away. That's right. They lifted the cruising bans, gente. They lifted the cruising bans. So what people might be, I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, you know what cruising is. It's not driving from A to Z. It's not going to the In-N-Out Burger. It's not going to Target. Cruising is when you're on the pinche calle, you're on the street, and on purpose, you're flipping it. Or some people say flipping a bitch. Excuse my language. Flipping it, and you're going from one strip to the other. So here in Salinas, I want to say, 80s and 70s, from what I was told, was Alisal. So it was a street called Alisal. Alisal goes from all the way through the city. Alisal is one of those streets that goes completely, and we're a small city. We're less than 200,000 people. Less than 200,000. I'm going to hook up the phone line just in case anyone wants to call in. And so Alisal goes right through. So they used to cruise from downtown to Alisal. And the Alisal district went all the way out there, leaving to like the Salinas golf course to the top of like Barden Road, that my people from Deep East know. Barden Road connects out there to Alisal, but that's at the far side. That's the edge of the city, right? And then there was another time where North Main Street, probably maybe south, I'm not sure if it was south. You know what? My 80s people told me there was south. Back when they had the Nissan Sentras, the mini trucks, everything was on universal rim. Not, because the universals were the ones that fit the wheel well. Not too much shit was standard. That's right. Randy Jean, lovely one. A YouTube Yarda lady is in the casa. I'm just kidding. A Chicano Tube lady is in the casa. Denise Castle, we got the ladies in here. Okay. Well, Miss Chicano Tube should be somewhere nearby, close by. I don't know. I think she is, unless she's busy. It's got a lot to do, man. We set a lot of goals this year that we're gonna crush in every single pinchy one of them. Which one of them will allow me to spend more time on YouTube? Okay. But anyways, Brenda Love's in the casa. Upstate Point of View seat. Listo's in the casa. So I don't even know what was that whole thing, bro. Listo. I was right there talking with Donnie, and someone commented, hey, something about Bonnie. Of course, I remember Bonnie. But, bro, you already know, Listo. I mean, you remember me early on. Was I jumping on every single live, every single week? I would go weeks and weeks. Especially the sex play, bro. I can't get with it on the sex play ones. And to each his own. Some people just stay, their shoe size instead of their fucking maturity level. So anyways, they asked me about that. I didn't even know the situation. Listo. And I asked Donnie. I had Donnie right in front of me, cabron. And I asked Donnie, and he said no. But Listo's in the casa. His channel is called Upstate Point of View. Great channel. Hit that one. We got a lot of channels in the comment section. After Party with Fume. Man, tap in with my brother over there. After Party with Fume. Look back at it. Says, Orale. Oh, that's right, my boy. That's what I'm talking about. Shit, you already know what it is.
Now you home with us and defend the barrio. Patos Locos forever. Forever.
That's right. Young Hitler's in the casa. Listo, what's good, G? That's right, man. Listo for a while, too, huh? You were grinding for a while, huh? Yeah, this YouTube thing, it's shits and giggles, bro. But you know what? There is mensajes. You know we're coming up on a political year. You've seen me open my mouth again because, bro, I always tell the people that it's time to grow some pinchy backbone now. Like, oh, I like Trump or I like Biden. Well, yeah, we'll say it with some fucking spine. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Life's too short for, I kept that, People we're going to think certain things. And, bro, people appreciate authenticity. You know what I mean? Keep it real. That's the saying, right? Keep it real. Anyways, the cruising bans got lifted. Yeah, they used to go on Alisal here. They used to go on North Main. Now, I always got to keep it real with the cruising, gente. I always thought, again, here goes my Salas people right here. Here comes all my Salinas people already. You're going to hit my DM. I can already know you're already going to hit my DM on IG. How could you say that? How could you? Because I'm telling the truth on my truth. On my truth. I thought San Jose cruising had us by like times 10, bro. I thought the cruising on Santa Clara and it connected at the taco stand. And La Sanjo Lifer's in here, man. He'll let you know. Sanjo Lifer, what's the King? You know what I mean? King. That's right, my boy. La Puffy Guillen's in the casa. That's right. Orale, amiga. Appreciate you. La Puffy Guillen, another Chicano Tube Day Oneer. I appreciate you, amiga. We're just here, man. We're having fun. We're having fun. All right, here it is.
Thinking a lady no menace.
Told you he's my best crime partner.
He ain't Mexican, ese.
No, he ain't. Miss Chicano Tube. Now, see, I said it. I spoke it into existence. I manifested it. Miss Chicano Tube is in the building. So you might see, I don't know, you might see Miss Chicano Tube now coming up on Jen Magaña's channel. So I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you to go and subscribe over to mi hermana's channel, okay? Convicted Hearts, Jen Magaña. Go and subscribe over there. And Miss Chicano Tube, I think so. Okay, I'm not putting this on her schedule. Her schedule's already full enough. It's already full enough, believe me, gente. And she's going to speak on whatever it is. It takes a little bit to pinche unwind, in front of the cameras and all that. After a while, you're like, who's riding with me is who's riding with me, and that's it,
Well, aren't you going to say anything?
Well, what's there to say? It's not my first or my last.
Sanjo Lifer, yeah, I knew it was that one, bro. It's King and Story, so I always said that. Now, there was some instances over there. Okay, let's talk about, we're talking about the good. Okay, the good of cruising. You can go, and now it's against, now they won't pull you over because they know you got a candy lowrider. Okay, and I've had 6, 7, 8 in my life. We could talk about all those. I've had from Cutlasses to I had every G-body. I had every single G-body. I had Monte Carlo, I had Cutlass, and I had Regal, gente. A 79 Monte Carlo. Yeah, that's the wifey. The wifey's right there. She might not have liked them, though. I mean, she's got to keep it real. Might not have liked them. But that's why we attracted, because opposites attract, The Monte was a lime green. Crazy. The Cutlass. I used to not paint the Cutlass because it would end up on its roof. It would end up on its side. I had it chained up. I had 16 blend batteries, 16 solenoid. I had it chained up. I won third best West Coast Clowning Tour. That was like in 2000. Here in the sports complex. So it would end up on its roof. But one time I said, I'm not going to do that. There's going to be a season I just want to drive the Cutlass because it had the best setup of all of them I had, right? And I'm talking about 3G bodies. So I don't know. Let me just talk about it because we're talking about cruising. I painted it a lime green, gente. Cherry. I bought the paint on Auto Villa on Abbott Street. Lime. I wanted some ridiculous color that was going to have people looking. and be like, what the? It was a lime green chained up Cutlass 79. I ended up getting from Immortals Car Club. Shout out to Immortals Car Club out of Castroville. Let's give Immortals Car Club their shout out and their proper dues. And then I had a Regal, which is an 81 factory baby blue. I got that one on the west side of San Jose. Baby blue leather interior. And then the Monty was a tequila color. So it was like a color. The homie was just going to had extra paint from someone that bought candy paint. And I got the tequila color. And it was a tequila. So era como oro at the bottom. And then it went to like a yellow in the middle. And it like a orangey red on top. And it had a red roof, tinted windows, 14s, original caps, and original white walls. So I had those three, but I sold them all. But anyways, back to I had to some of them. Cruising ban got lifted in California. That's one thing that started on 1-1. Let me go in the comment section. Buckshot. That's right, my boy. Buckshot's in the comment section. He'll hit you with the scattered. That wasn't even the buckshot effect. Hit the wrong one. I hit him with the pinchy, the Russian Uzi. I hit him with the, my bad. I hit you. Buckshot was jumping over the fence like on Colors. Or he was jumping over, boom, 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 boom. He just got hit with the, instead of it would have been the buckshot. Miss Chicano too, but I think Mike had a Rigo at one point when we got married. I don't know. Oh, yes. Again, mi amor, it was like, I was separating worlds. You know, that world is, hey, man, that pinche world. That's, you guys, I got my meeting this Friday at the camp. So my once-a-month meeting going over to the youngsters. The camp, again, is one step up from the juvenile hall. Over there is when they sent all the youngsters from YA. They sent them over to the camp, you know. Some of them got sent to the juveniles facilities, but at least they put them in the camps because they were wild, man. A lot of wild childs over there. So I got my meeting this Friday night. And to be honest, I mean, you guys already know this. This YouTube thing is basically just a continuation of that work, continuation of that channel, mixed with other things, maybe some politics. Maybe some chisme. You know, we'll talk politics too. Another thing that got enacted on 1-1. These are, we're talking about things that got started that maybe you didn't even know, and I'm trying to put the raza up on game about. Things that got started on 1-1. Well, the cruising ban got lifted. We said that. Boom, that one's done. California raised the minimum wage to 20 bolas now. $20. So $20 now is the minimum wage in California. That was effective on 1-1. And a lot of people who don't understand basic economics do not know the result. A lot of people, I know it's easy to see, you know why? Because again, when you come from nothing, you appreciate everything, right? So making $10 when you didn't have nothing is big. Making $15 when you don't have nothing is big. Making $20 when you don't have nothing is big, is huge. And then hopefully, primeramente Dios, you can continue to climb up the pay scale. $25, $35, $45, right, etc. People charge $100 an hour, or lawyers $300 an hour, or doctors, surgeons, or all that, right? That's the point. I do understand that. And you appreciate it when you come from nothing. I'm not saying that, but here's where people don't understand the ripple effect of wanting to lift minimum wage jobs in the state. And why are we one of the few states that continually looks to it as like a problem solver? I don't think they look to it as a problem solver. I think they look to it because that's what a lot of people want. When Uncle Trump was in office, Uncle Trump had the wallet on fat. When Uncle Trump was in office, Uncle Trump, and that's facts, Uncle Trump had our wallets on fat. So I think it's just they're running it to the ground. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to start going inside McDonald's with nothing but screens and windows. Ain't going to be no more people working back there. Little Caesars, 100%. You think they'll lose business? Hell no. People are going to figure out to get done what they need to get done. Just like when a lot of the boxing fights left satellite, you know, and went over to streaming services. I had my a neighbor, hey, Mike, ¿cómo miro la pelea? You know, he was a paisa. He didn't know. He didn't know. Hey, no te preocupes, Chuy. I looked out for him because I had to hook him up, but I had to tell him, look, bro, you're going to have to get internet TVs. I don't know. We're going all over the place. The Pizza Hut already has announced layoffs, and Amazon soon will. Also, there's going to be layoffs all across the board because I don't know. The thinking was give people more money. I know people are always going to be talking about the cost of living. It costs a lot to live in California, cabrones. Our dollars will be stretched out in another state. Oh, 100%. 100%. Now, I remember telling Karina Powers, yeah, well, we might end up just cutting out left, Karina. And shout out to Karina Powers. She's running for District 5, Central Committee, Republican Party. I need all my gente in the 831 to go and vote for Karina Powers. When you see that last name, just remember Chicana. I know the last name. The last name is what it is. Huh? She's a Chicana through and through, hasta el hueso. Ella lo sabe. I had her on the podcast. She's gonna come on the podcast. We might do a nice little sit down round table and have like 4 hot mics going, and are really gonna get into certain topics. I don't want to do this whole Wednesday night show on politics. Calmados, gente. Even though I got an opinion on everything. But let's keep it pushing. Basic economics gets thrown out the window again. And we're going to start seeing more people laid off. I don't know if you knew this. I'm in the real estate industry. And I don't mean that part. I mean this part. I don't know if you knew this. But unemployment across the nation right now is almost 8%. Brenda Love's in the casa. Did you put up Chemo's Flicks? Is that was, amiga? My bad. I forget about the pinchy iPad. It's over here. The comments are bigger over here. Denise Castillo says, it's messed up. Employers don't have the money to pay workers that are on the rent and taxes. This world is going down fast. They don't. And it's like they're printing money, amiga, straight up. It's like, to me, that's what I think that they think is the problem solver. It's like printing money. That makes no sense. Getting in the debt makes no sense. And being $3 to $6 trillion in debt, allocating $250 million here and there to Ukraine and other things when we don't want to fix our own problems, it's evident. It's evident. They could fix the border. I know AC, he likes to talk a lot about the border. They could fix the border if they wanted to fix the border. But then it wouldn't be a pawn on the political chess piece. I don't know. We could talk about that because people get, irritable. They get mad and fidgety and all that. I'm like, you know what? Shit, whoever's in the country is in right now. Yeah, mis abuelos, tus abuelos, there ain't no more that generation. That generation, sad to say, is almost passing away. There's just a lot of people coming, and there's gente everywhere. And until some shit happens and affects you, you might not change opinion. And I hope that doesn't happen. I really don't. All right, let's go back. Let's keep that pushing, man. I seen also it was a smooth, I say smooth, but pinche chuecura, a smooth $3 billion tax increase. It takes into effect in California, and as California becomes the first U.S. state to offer full health insurance to people that are undocumented. I was leading up into this one, cabrones, because this is where a lot of people start getting touchy. California becomes the first state to do this. This has major financial repercussions. That's just one thing. But does that overshadow the fact that there's people in need? My bad. I thought the phone was ringing and the line is hooked up. Am I? No, it wasn't. Let me hook it up now. Híjole, that was a fail. All right. So anyways, the phone lines are open. So California becomes the first state. I want to know your thoughts before we go. How is it already 7:42? Chingado, man. California becomes the first state. They do a smooth $3 billion tax increase. It's going to cost taxpayers. That ruffles feathers right there. Right when you say tax is going up, people start saying, shit, it's already at 30%. How much more does California want? of my money. I get taxed on it. If I spend it, I get taxed again. The only way I can avoid taxes is like doing some real estate shit and doing a lot of 1031s, which I do a lot of. But anything else, they want that. Oh, yes, they do. Miss Chicano 2 says, thanks, Denise. I now have had 2 Canon R5s for more than 3. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. The one thing on visuals is, we already had that event. Maybe she'll talk about that more. Maybe she'll talk about that more. Anyway, let's go back into it.
Unknown caller.
Let me see.
Call from
All right, my bad.
Risky business.
That's right. My boy Risky Business is in the casa on Wednesday night. You're live on Chicano Street, cabron. What you got to say?
What's up, Mikey? First of all, I want to say buenas noches.
That's right, my boy.
Yes, sir. And I got a quick question for you.
Aviéntala, man. We're having a good conversation. Kick it.
Okay. As raza, should we be concerned about the caravan that everybody is running around like a chicken with their head cut off for?
That's a good question, cabron. You going to hang on the line? You want me to tell you right now what I think, my thoughts?
Yeah. Let's shoot it.
Okay, cool. Because, some people say, all right, I'll listen off the air. That's right, my boy. So anyways, trip out on this. It's not the 15,000. It's that in the last 3 years or más, they've just been letting them in, cabron. They haven't been blasting all over. So they're letting them in. Now, some people say, as raza, like you asked me, as raza, is that our main focus? It's not. The main focus of the raza, it's always Dios, familia, y cultura, way.
Right.
That's our main focus. At the end of the day, we got to be right with God. At the end of the day, we don't want to we don't want to go against what our parents taught us as far as we're family. We're fucking raza that we love big families. Amamos a nuestros hijos. Vivimos y morimos por nuestros hijos. And then cultura is something that we teach our kids and pass it down. But then we start going in order as far as what's more important. Now, that issue right there, cabron, here come all the politicians that are going to promise you the one magic wand fixer there, or that are completely, here come the news and all the media that are going to just bomb it, bombard it. Watch all the gaslighting that's going to happen. In short, let me answer your question. Should we be concerned about what's going on at the southern border? Yes. It's connected to Califa's way. Imagine si tenías una hija and she goes to San Diego State, God forbid, y algo le pasa and you're just living a normal life. She's doing what she should do, just getting great, pinchy grades and is advancing in her life and career. Y algo pasa, and then you find out it was a motherfucker that, was on 4 or 5 boats to get here. And they, just because they were letting them in, no one wanted to change anything. They were just letting them all in. This happened. So they're gonna keep them. They're gonna keep them wide open way. And I say, let's just stay prayed up and hope shit don't happen close to us.
Okay, and you know what? Coming from you, I see where you're coming from, but when it comes from somebody that came to this country of the United States illegally, and now that person is saying these other illegals can't come in, I think that's a sellout, if you ask me. But look, trip out on this. I think that by us, raza, brown gente, being concerned or being in favor of the border being closed, for one, if we say let it, it's not really up to us, because the people up top are going to do whatever the hell they want, right? So
right.
Me and you can have this discussion, and I can say leave them open in a sense, right? And you can say no, close them. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, right? Because they're going to do what they're going to do. But what I think we're buying into is the propaganda of the border crisis, because you mean to tell me that the country with the best military defense is really concerned about the border? You mean to tell me that the country with the best military can't stop that?
Risky business.
They don't want to stop that.
What you just said, cabron, that part. They're using it as an issue, just like healthcare. We can say, let them in. It's a humanitarian thing. Don't let them in. It's not. It affects us. Give them healthcare. Give everyone undocumented healthcare. And then other people say, well, what about the pinchy people that live here? They can't get that kind of system. So it's like tit for tat. That's the way it's going to be, cabron. It's going to get good and interesting, especially coming up this November, cabron. Hey, stay tuned, cabron.
We'll be tuned. And but yeah, man, that's my take on that. I think that us as raza, we shouldn't waste our time really, with that. But yeah, I'm gonna throw another spin on it. And my personal opinion is that our raza mexicana should be allowed to come in. It should be an open border for our raza. In fact, our raza should have dual citizenship to be able to come into this country and go back. But from Mexico down, you're a little bit too far. You're a little bit too far. You know what I mean? To come over here just like that. But that's my take on it. I'm always gonna look out for my raza first.
Right, boy. That's right.
Y después los demás. You know what I mean? But I think it's really propaganda.
I told you, he's my best crime partner.
In Mexican ese.
Now, I had to get that one in because you said look out for the raza. This is Chicano too. We definitely do have number one in mind, which is the raza a huevo. Gracias for calling in, cabron.
Yes, sir. Hey, Mikey, I'll be calling in more regularly, man.
Ándale, te cuidas mucho.
Dale.
Sale. That's right. That's risky business in the casa. I had to put that one. He ain't Mexican. I had to put that one in there right there. That's a good. It's a good political pawn for them every single 4 years. Here come all the people that are gonna say they're for the raza. You got Lefty Gunplay. Lefty Gunplay just came out and said, I'm a Democrat, fool. I'm for the raza. Man, I'm just saying, it's not red, it's not blue. We're going to put these policies to the test. We're going to talk about some shit. But anyways, the money goes up. Let's read some of the comments. Healthcare system is in need, is in shambles. Our taxes go up to take care. I had asked this on a couple lives ago. Remember I said we're talking about drug testing. Should drug testing be required in order to receive any kind of public assistance? For some reason, ya cuando dije eso, the línea started blowing up and you guys wanted to call me and let me know because that was something I guess people wanted to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and switch it off because I didn't even get a chance to talk about a lady that went viral because she just came home after 7 years in prison for having a role in her mother's death. This is crazy. This is a crazy story. Unless you've been under a rock on the internet the last week or week and a half, you didn't know that this young lady, her name is Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I knew I had it up right now. We'll read something about this story. This is interesting. This is abuse, gente. This is when legal situations get very, very tricky because someone breaks the law, mata a alguien, they do something crazy, right? Ni lo mande Dios. They do something crazy, and then their defense team argues about the abuse. And so this was a very tricky legal situation. Here it is. All right. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, una muchacha, right? So when she went in, she was like a little girl. She was like a little girl, right? Ya tiene el pelo largo. I think she's in her 30s now. But basically was subject to abuse. I mean, crazy abuse, gente. Different levels of abuse, gente. I'm talking about when your psychotic mother, and yes, I said psychotic because there's a diagnosis on the mom. The mom was already crazy. The mom was already crazy. Let's read it. Let's read something. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the abuse victim who spent 7 years incarcerated for her role in the murder of her mother, Claudine Dee Blanchard, became a free woman on Thursday, leaving prison on parole. Her release comes 3 years early after she was sentenced to 10 years in prison for her second-degree murder conviction. During her 2016 trial, Gypsy, now 32, she's 32 now. So she did 7. So she was, okay, so she was in her early 20s. Well, most of the videos they're showing is when she was like a little girl. I'm talking about like a preteen. And they're probably doing that on purpose because that just, it makes it more look crazier, right? Her release comes 3 years early after she was sentenced to 10 years for her role in a second-degree murder conviction. She's now 32. She pleaded guilty to conspiring with her boyfriend, Nicholas Gojan, to murder Dee Dee and then escaped to Wisconsin together. Attorneys for Gypsy acknowledged her role in Dee Dee's death, but revealed that now 32-year-old, who spent most of her childhood wheelchair-bound. This is abuse. This is abuse shit. She spent most of her childhood wheelchair-bound, suffered years of emotional and physical abuse from her mother. And keep the comments respectful, cabrones. Keep the comments respectful. When it comes to this topic right here I'm talking about, if you guys are going to go in on her, the mom, or, it is what it is. Who spent most of her childhood wheelchair-bound, suffered years of emotional and physical abuse from her mother, who experts believe was suffering from Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Munchausen, Chausen, Munchausen. I could be saying it right. It could be a German word, and I could be saying it wrong. Munchausen syndrome by proxy, creating a complex legal situation. Exactly what I said. There are people behind the walls right now who are in some situations where they just did what they had to do. What was the name of that La Muchacha? What was the name of La Muchacha? And remember, she ended up being like a young prostitute. Remember? And then she ended up shooting and killing the pimp. What was her name? She got out 3 years ago and only did a couple years. Man, someone drop that in the comment section, man. Optimal's in the casa. He says, dirty politicians. Chingados, man. A politician will never reach in their own pocket. A politician will always reach in your pocket. That's messed up. We're throwing like that, and then and then on the other, and then another second, I'll say, vote for this person. I can't. All right. Here we go. According to legal testimony, Gypsy was raised by Dee Dee to believe. Here's the crazy part. Gypsy was raised by Dee Dee to believe she was physically disabled and mentally ill. The mom is making an absolutely normal child sick on purpose. But there was a complex inside the mom, watch. Under Dee Dee's direction, she was forced to undergo years, not months, weeks. This is fucking abuse. This is torture shit, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Under Dee Dee's direction, she was forced to undergo years of unnecessary surgeries. Shit, man. That's a POS. That's 100. Now, of course, there is that legal insanity kind of plea, right? Some people do shit because their screws are they're wired a certain way and their screws are tightened a certain way. But the mom was doing this. She had Munchausen syndrome. Someone looked that up. She was forced to undergo years of unnecessary surgeries and medical intervention, including having her head shaved, being bound to a wheelchair, and being fed through a feeding tube. What a POS. Her mother claims she had a variety of ailments. Again, I don't know if the mom had her full capacity up here. I don't know if the mom's full faculties are working upstairs. We know there's mental health issues. Those are real. Not when someone makes it. Like, even sometimes you see these boxers in boxing, right? You heard Ryan Garcia. He said he needed to take some time for his mental health. I don't know. I mean, I know mental health is real because we see people need to be housed, and certain people need to be in fucking Atascadero. You know what I mean? They're just Vacaville. Their screws are loose. I understand that. And those kind of people have been around since the beginning of time. I mean, those sicknesses, a lot of people call them spirits. Those spirits have been around since the beginning of time. Just like the poor. The Lord said the poor will always have among you. We're trying to solve the unhoused, they call them now, homeless situation. We're always going to have them among us. I know I'm not saying don't do anything, but you know what I mean when I say that. Anyways, her mother claims she had a variety of ailments. Man, esta muchacha, man. You imagine being a child and your mom tying you to a wheelchair. And then having your mom shave your head. And then having your mom say you're having another surgery, and you don't even know why. You're questioning, like, why? Why is this happening? I don't know what's going on in her head. This shit is straight abuse. She couldn't grow up like a normal little girl. Look at all this shit the mom was doing. Her mother claims she had a variety of ailments, like leukemia. Now, I don't know, maybe this article will say, was the mother like a fucking con woman? Was she like trying to rob? Was she doing a dubs? Like, 40-second video, 30, con man. Was she doing a con man dubs? Or like the con man runner, the Nike raffle, everything a raffle means you want money in your pocket. That's not for the people. Just give it away for free. But anyways. I know. F the one. Her mother claims she had leukemia muscular dystrophy. This is what the mother's having her claim. Was it to get a check? Let me see if the story says something else. And epilepsy. That's having seizures. Court testimony from medical experts suggests that Dee Dee was suffering from Munchausen by proxy, a mental disorder where caretakers can induce or lie about sicknesses in others. Even when Gypsy was old enough to understand her mother's beliefs weren't true, she was forced to lie about her age and continue to use a wheelchair. She said in later interviews that she was also subjected to physical abuse, all while Dee Dee collected fraudulent donations from aid societies like Habitat for Humanity, Ronald McDonald House, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I was already suspecting that. I smelt something like some money coming. So when people want to claim mental disorders, but money's involved, a la chingada con ellos. In addition to the physical, we're going to finish it right here, gente. Then we'll move on. In addition to I can't believe it's 8 o'clock already, man. Chingado, man. Hit that like. Gracias for your support. Live on Chicano Street. Live from Chicano Tube every single Wednesday night. We'll be back Friday night. Hold on. Let's finish this up, though. I don't want to leave it on a good. I want to leave it on a good part. In addition to the physical and mental abuse, Gypsy had revealed in multiple interviews that she was kept secluded from her peers. This shit gets worse, man. She was kept secluded from her peers and most close contact with others. She had her in the pinche torre like Rapunzel. Como la abuela de Rapunzel. And then that the whole world hates her. She's evil. And at the same time, it's manipulation. The highest level of control and the highest level of manipulation from this mom. That, of course, is R.I.P. now. She passed this. She did time in prison for that. It was mainline. She didn't PC up. She was not allowed to go to school, but she taught herself to read and began to explore online in secret. That's deprivation. That's what you call that. This mother was depriving her from a normal pinchy childhood, abused, used for all them donations and all that money the mom was. So when the mom seen the money coming in, she didn't want the checks to stop. That's what it was. When the mom seen the money coming in, she has to keep this going for the bank. She wasn't allowed to go to school, but she taught herself to read and write a escondidas de la mamá. Some people say karma, right? I don't. Some people say karma. I really don't know what karma is. Like, I believe in the word. I believe in tangible things. Yes, there's energy. What goes around comes around, but it's reap what you sow. That's what the Bible calls it. But some people will say, if there's such thing as karma, well, I don't know what karma is. Some Chinese fucking dust that flies in the air and it hits you back when you do something wrong in life. Or, anyways, some people will call this karma. I don't know. I want to say R.I.P. She passed away. Someone passed away, and the daughter had to endure all that abuse. I see her now, very happy. She did a video on TikTok, 30 million views. Because people want to know how she's been or where she's at in life. She came out during the internet generation. Of course, it feels good. The dopamine gets released when we keep getting likes and comments and followers and subscribers. And I'm not saying it don't feel good because I'm human. I feel the same shit you feel. Believe that. So I'm sure she's feeling good now and can be I don't know how long it takes to heal. Did she heal during those 7 years? Because that was a lot, man. Some people make a fucking big deal about getting spanked as a kid, which I'm not downplaying these situations at all. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downplaying these situations. Or my dad left. I understand. My mom left. Or there was just situations in life. But were you tied to a wheelchair? Did they shave your head? Did they do surgeries you didn't need and give you medicines and keep you drugged up? And then it got so bad that you had to tell your boyfriend to help you get out of this pinchy prison by doing what he did. And it was the argument of, I guess we're going to spend more time on Gypsy Rose. Hit that like. And then get to the point where you just have to tell your boyfriend, relieve me from this chingaderas. Help me get out of this situation. Cry out. And it was because of the defense team that she only got sentenced to 10 years. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, right, she didn't pull the trigger, right? She didn't pull the trigger. She was going to get out. But an accomplice is very, very, especially in California. Oh, we don't play here. Man, they got gang members doing 10, 20 life right here. 10 if you got the strap and you're from a hood. 20 if you discharge it and you're from a hood. Life if it strikes someone GBI. They just not playing over here. They're just like on that movie Training Day. They throw down each cartucho. There's 10. There's 20. There's 30. So anyways, it was a complex legal fucking battle is what I'm saying. She deserved it. She didn't deserve it. She deserved to do more time, pay the rest of her life. Some people could say she deserved to do less time. Some people could say she deserved to do no time. Not one day. Absolutely. That's right, my boy Spanx Contreras. I appreciate you, my boy. Respect and support the Diaz Familia. Hey, not only are you supporting the Familia Cabron, you're supporting the canal from where we're going. Gracias to everyone for hitting. I guess I didn't say it, and I put it in the pinchy thumbnail, right? We just hit 6K. We're getting in a great position. Gracias a Dios. By spring, we'll be at 10K. I already know that by the time the shit rocks this November and we start getting into some good conversations about what's best for the raza, just like Risky Business called in and said, what's best for the raza, we should be about 15K. We'll be at 20K for sure by the end of the year because we're going to start grinding this year on the channel. Straight up. Straight up.
Hey, man. What's your name?
You know, I'm.
Hey, where you from?
La Primera, Islos.
You talk like a fucking chicon, man.
She wasn't allowed to go to school. She taught herself. In addition to multiple Facebook accounts, I'm going to finish it right here, you guys, and we're going to keep it pushing, man. Gracias, Spanx Contreras. I appreciate you, my boy. In addition to multiple Facebook, Gypsy has also made accounts on Christian dating websites. So she came onto the social media app generation, website generation. Back in the day, you had to put some effort into it. You had to get out and get about. And mostly it was circles. You just hung out in different circles and there was just different house parties and houses and fraternizing was a thing. Now you could just upload an avatar. And Gypsy Rose. Hey, and them pendejos, man. Hopefully there's no pendejos that are just coming after the bag because Gypsy Rose is going to drop a Netflix series. Mark my words. Mark my words. Gypsy Rose is going to do a Netflix series, a documentary, or a book, or an interview that's going to pay her just as much as the first three. All right, enough Gypsy Rose. I appreciate you guys. That's right. Ooh, something that crossed my feed. Someone sent me a clip. The Burpee King. Okay. The Burpee King. Okay, these are Chicanos from the SoCal. The Burpee King, Conejo. This was someone sent me this clip. And many more SoCal influencers. Shout out to Tony A. Have made IG stories with the song Wake Up by Gold Toes, showing their support towards unity. 100%. And the reason I say that is because, of course, here we're for unity, the raza. And there seem to be some people that put, I don't want to say no names no more. Maybe I will. Fuck, who cares? That are against that and start saying shit like Gold Toes is coming down to L.A. and he wants to do a takeover of L.A., infiltrate. At the end of the day, just know that's 100% not true. It's just entertainment. It's all clickbait, gente. It's all clickbait. Who's more respected? Who's more respected? These pinchy podcasters that are on here just trying to confuse the fuck out of people and come up with conspiracy theories. Oh, he used the Illuminati eye in his music video. Bro, none of these guys even know what it's like to be in a music video. They don't even know what it's like to be in one pinchy music video. How do I know? Maybe they've been in a music video, but the music video's never been about them, or it's never been a professional music video with a DP, with a director of photography. Because when you show up for that music video, you don't do what you want to do. You're going to do what the music video DP tells you to do. Hey, get in the car. Hey, dress. You don't even dress how you want. There's people that dress you. I mean, it just sounds ridiculous for some of these podcasters. I don't want to say names no more. He calls himself the voice of he's the voice of Calexico. He's a little banda recodo sin pescuezos. I'm just not going to say no more names. That's right, D.O. I appreciate you. 6K. Hey, we hit 6K, cabron. But the last time I checked, I mean, it seems like what happens is that YouTube, you get in the algorithm way. When you get in the algorithm, YouTube, now YouTube's like, you know what, motherfuckers are watching this channel. They're up on game. And then what happens? They start pushing you. Now more gente are coming on. And that's good because we always have a good conversation on here. And, of course, some chisme. We get into it. Some chisme. And everything else. So real quick, let's end it off, man. We got a couple more things we want to talk about. USA Amateur Boxing. I just wanted to touch on this, on what you guys, people think about this, because I don't think this is going to stop until someone gets seriously hurt. And I don't wish that, but I think someone is going to get seriously hurt. USA Amateur Boxing passed another bill effective 1/1, allowing men who think they're women to fight women. I said it as clear as I could. I mean, that's how I say it. Again, in amateur boxing now, amateur boxing is allowing men like the runner who feel they're women I almost feel like doing a reaction to EBK's YouTube out of the video. Because I would have placed way more people in Mule Creek and Atascadero and Vacaville. This new bill, and we might just end it on this. I don't know. We passed 8 o'clock, gente. I'm going to tap back in with the familia. You know, I came straight off of work to come jump right in the studio, fire things up, and let's go, cabrones. It was a long day, probably a 12-hour day. Anyways, they're allowing men who think they're women to fight them in amateur boxing with certain requirements. What is the requirement? There needs to be 100% complete sex change. 100% complete sex change needs to have taken place, and they need to test certain chemical levels to be under a certain guideline. Now, that sounds good. That sounds good. That's all it does. Does it do anything? Absolutely nothing meaningful. That doesn't do absolutely nothing meaningful, because at the end of the day, you have a man that God made with about 50% more muscle. Look it up. Fact check me. There was a reason that is. Because since the Bible days, the motherfucking man has had to be the one that takes care of the family. That's the model. That's God's design. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at him. And you better not. Anyways, it doesn't matter what kind of chemicals are low in the guy, man. The guy's muscles hasn't gone. How come they're requiring a chemical to be down and him not to have the same equipment that he was born with anymore? How come they're not requiring him to start shrinking on muscle? They're not requiring the guy to start shrinking on muscle, so he's going to hit the female with everything he got. In what world is that fair? Now, I'm in good company on this argument, on this side of this issue, because I got Joe Rogan behind me. Joe Rogan came out with similar statistics, or maybe even expounded way more than me, depending if he's more passionate or has more knowledge. I'm sure he maybe does, or I don't know. But he's 100%. 100%. I never been for put him in the same bathroom, put him in the same this, men getting dressed in front of women. I don't know what the fuck is going on. They're trying to normalize people on parades, naked in California, on parades, and everybody laughing. And this is in front of your son and in front of your daughter. Sick. Absolutely disgusting. If you think something like that is acceptable, you're a weirdo, 100%. I can't fuck with you. There's certain weirdos I can't touch with a 10-foot pole. We already know who they are. They're just weirdos, etc. We just got to leave them be. But in no way, shape, or form did USA Boxing get that correct. To all my USA Boxing coaches, you already know what the real inside is. You know deep down in your corazon that you would never match up one of your female fighters with a dude. I've been in amateur boxing now since 2012, and I've gone all the way up and down California in amateur boxing events, from Indio all the way up to north, all the way to the Central Valley. And all the coaches that I know, maybe dozens and dozens, maybe 50, 100 coaches that I know, a lot of them watch the channel right here, watch the channel too. One of them offered to train EBK. Órale. Because they're fans of the channel. None of us would ever do that. It's just not right. It's just not right. You got it wrong on that one, USA Boxing. And unfortunately, that's going to be a nationwide policy. It's not just a California thing, because USA Boxing is one umbrella that all 50 states have to. Everyone as an amateur fought USA Boxing. De La Hoya, Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. There's only one umbrella when you're an amateur. All right, let's go ahead and start wrapping things up, man. Optimal's in the casa. I appreciate you, my boy. That's right, a vato named Fred. That's right, my boy, a vato named Fred. That's right, man.
And kill you! Fuck these other vatos, ese! Get up, Chucky! Get up! You fuck with my familia, eh? You gotta answer to me here and now. Come on, toe to toe.
That's right. I just seen a vato named Fred. I said, orale, I had to give him one right there. What's up with the Blizzard? Good load. Those gunshots are loud. They are, way. They're real. The gunshots are loud, my boy. My bad, my boy. It's a sampler. I did get a new sampler. A couple weeks ago, the other one went out. I don't know what's going on. But they're loud, cabron. They're loud. That's right. Brenda Love, I appreciate you. Night, Miss Chicano. Good night to all. God bless everyone. 2024, you guys. Yup. It's almost time to wrap up. I like a girl who works at the grocery store. Orale, Telly Savalas is in the casa. I would highlight that one right there. Freaking Telly. Chingado, man. You know, that's something that Chemo doesn't put out there. I wonder what Chemo, if Chemo's in the casa watching, how come we haven't seen anything with P. Nava? I thought she was on the YouTube Yard of the Ladies. But anyways, there's another loud gunshot right there. Orale. Mind-blowing shit. Yeah, that's right. I don't like those gunshot sound. Oh, Miss Chicano too doesn't like the gunshots. She doesn't like the gunshots. She's going to be coming on Jen Magaña's channel real soon, you guys. So when you see the thumbnail, or maybe Jen's watching right now, you might get with her and you might want to get that thumbnail going on. And they're going to collab and do something. And then we're going to all open up. I'll be back. I'll be back on Convicted Hearts. Of course, I got to come back on Convicted Hearts this year one more time. We'll have a great conversation. Yeah, fucking makes me mad as fuck, bro. Yeah, it makes me mad. It makes me mad as fuck. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the fighting, it's a trip, bro. But it's a California thing. Not all my YouTube followers are from California. Not all of them are. So California is like his own country, bro. It's funny because we are like the center of. That's why the Newsom could very well be a presidential candidate. California runs a lot. We have a lot of. Who has the most delegates? Someone has to let me know, or I could Google that. I think we have at least 50 delegates. We have a lot of voting power, and 40% of California is raza Chicanos Mexicanos. Yeah, we're going to make a difference this year. Can't wait, Max Queen. I appreciate you. GeoMo 408, my bad, Miss Queen. Can't wait. That's right, you guys. You guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's an hour and 8 minutes. Oh, so we didn't start exactly at 7. The system's telling me we've been on for an hour and 8 minutes. Hit that like, gente, por favor, man. Tap back in. Friday night, we're going to go live and talk about it again. There's always something interesting. We could be doing these lives every single pinche dia, man. So we talked about a lot of things. The cruising ban got lifted. The YouTube Yarda Awards. We spent some minimum wage. Conspiracy theories that have been debunked already. Por ese el otro way. We already know who we're talking about. We don't gotta say no names. It's all entertainment anyways. All that dude wants to do is be internet famous. And so that's okay. Let him live his life and be internet famous and have 20 pages and do what you do. Be internet famous. I'd rather be famous with my family. I'd rather be family famous. I don't want to be absent in that. We talked about Gypsy Rose, a lot about Gypsy Rose. We really didn't get into Hillary Clinton because she turned off her Twitter comments because the Epstein list of associates, and these are rumors, gente. People have been saying for 3 days now, today's the day. And then the second day, today's the day the list gets dropped. And the third day, which was today, some of those posts are now 3 days old. Today's the day the list gets dropped. They have not dropped any lists. How do you and we really don't know if it's a bona fide list anyways. Let's just keep that a buck, because we don't know. But what are the implications on being on that list? What are the implications? Guess what the implications are? You're a dirtbag POS that went to an island that some of the most I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. Shit that was going on that island. And what if someone is on that list and ay te duele because they were your big celebrity idol. They were your big mogul, your actor, artist, singer, and they're on that list, then you know that fucking heart is black as fucking tar. Black as tar. All right, you guys. Why we got to end it like that, cabrones? Let me read some more comments so we don't end it on black as tar. Pinche corazones. Telly and P. Nava cruising into sunset in a 64 is the video we want to see. Yeah. You know. And here's the fucking guy. He was talking about, imagine, he was making the Gold Toes videos out to be some kind of conspiracy where the disrespect is real. He came to the South. She was wearing a blue skirt. Now, he crossed the lines a lot of different ways, but he called Jenny 6'9" a skonka. Now, why do you think he called Jenny 6'9" that very highly disrespectful word? Why do you think he called Jenny 6'9" that? I'll tell you why. Because he interviewed the rival chick, the one that looks like Miss Muppet. That's why he called her that. All right, you guys, we're going to end it now. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Many more episodes. We just started. Here comes the new year, man. We had Donnie on the channel. Donnie was tripping. Go back and watch that live if you want to. Donnie was on the channel. He hadn't seen all the removals, all the hits, and we're talking YouTube, yarda pendejadas. He hadn't seen, he was just like surprised and shocked. And Beanloke jumped on that live. So shout out to Dankin and Drankin. Kicking It with Beanloke, Mr. Duso Nina, Dankin and Drankin, many, many more channels, right? All the Chicano channels. He jumped on the live. Donnie was there. It's a great start to the new year. Hey, gente, whatever goals you guys got this year, remember, think long term. Don't think day by day. Oh, I fucked up today. Now I got to stop. No. Think long term. Think these results are going to manifest by the end of this year, which is either it's never too late. You're going back to school. You're going back to college. You're going to trade school. You're going to get you're going to keep the 9 to 5, but you're going to start on that side business that you've always had a passion for. Like me, I was just talking with Putazos and Pendejadas, my brother from another mother, Mark Salinas. He called me up today. He just got the credentials to go on DAZN shows, and he got 4 bookings this year in Texas. And then I can't find the pinchy crowd applause button. My brother Mark, so they are going to be coming and doing the fight with EBK and with Tony. I just remembered. So I'm going to have Mark on the channel next Wednesday night. We're going to have my brother from another mother, Mark Salinas. You're going to see photos with him with Shakur Stevenson, Virgil Ortiz, Floyd Mayweather, Cesar Chavez. He's a longtime boxing fan who all of a sudden, God is good. Last year, he got the credentials to start doing his fights when he got laid off. I mean, he didn't get laid off. For a medical, he had a surgery, and he recovered, and he took time off of work. I already mentioned this before. He was a mortgage guy. That was my boy. That was my Texas connection in mortgages. And so that surgery, they required him a year off. He got into boxing, and all of a sudden now he's commenting on Top Rank, ESPN, and DAZN fights. He's going to be on the channel next Wednesday night. And then you're going to be seeing me go on EBK's channel. I will be going on EBK's channel to promote the fight. And then Tony with Story's channel, we're going to do an online on his channel. So we got those 2 lives coming up. A couple more training videos. The chingazos are right around the corner. Just hold on, cabrones. It's not official yet with the dates. They're going hard right now. They're sparring every single weekend and keeping it pushing. Keep it a buck with Hillary. Oh, I'm going to keep it a buck with Hillary. She turned off her comments on Twitter, cabron. Why did she turn them off? Why did she turn them off? Because that list is about to drop. We already know. People had already said the husband had been on at least 9 flights. The husband had been on at least 9 flights. I'm going to leave it at that. That's right, Risky Business puts dos banderas mexicanas. Aquí somos for the people. Hey, and I know what you were talking about, Risky Business, when it comes to the border and immigration. They want to make you look like a bad guy if you have a different opinion. Now, I'm never for closing them. I never once said that I wanted the borders completely closed. And I guess that's an extreme measure when you just want to halt shit. Like if we had problems with importing shit from overseas, then let's close the docks and figure the problem out. I guess I can get that. I never said, hey, let's close all the borders. I know that this country has the money to revamp the system and process people like this. The right people should be here. The wrong people shouldn't. Hey, tú y yo, cabrón, nos rayamos, güey. We're here. Our parents are here. Our grandparents, great-grandparents, they came. No, but then I also understand, the other point of view. Coming over here, I'll say you were one of those pinchy DACA kids. You were one of those kids just, that fucking was going through rivers and everything just to get to the pinchy promised land. I understand all of these situations are real. Real as hell, I'll tell you that. An informant's perspective. Just on that right there. Does an informant have a perspective? Not one we want to hear. Telly Savalas, that's right. That's not true. I'm not gay. I love women. I'm a man, a real motherfucker. That's right. Chest hair sticking out, testosterone leaking, ain't eating soy. Oh, that just reminded me about Chemo's flicks, right? Almadin, or whatever that pinchy, when the runner was with Dubs and they were sucking that pinchy chicharos and shit. And then Chemo cut to the clip where Joe Rogan was talking about Almadin, which was a soy, kind of a Chinese soy. That shit kills and destroys testosterone. To all the men, if you didn't know this, soy 100% will make you into a vieja. It will. You want a tea killer? Eat un chingo de soy. And guess what Dubs and the runner were doing, like Lady and the Tramp? That was I'm going to end it with this. These guys that do these screen recordings of these videos are just, they have eagle eyes, ojos de águila. They look at the smallest details. The same chicharo the runner put down on the little bowl of chicharos was the same one, the pinche otro pendejo Bud Light that he turned around, he didn't see, and then he grabbed the same one y lo puso en la boca. Guess what? The rest of their lives, they're going to have that Lady and the Tramp moment. Shout out P. Nava. In the former's perspective, I got to go. Niner Gang is in the casa. That's right, my boy. We got number 1 seed in the NFC. That's right. You know what? A lot of people that follow Gold Toes were commenting about a recent remix that he did. I had that pinchy song on a CD, and I regret that that's one of those songs that's lost forever. If Gold Toes is listening or anyone clips this up and sends this to Gold Toes, cabron, I got a Zelle, a Cash App, or a deposit. If you could just show me where I can download a copy of the original song that was 8 minutes. Everyone in the SFC rapped over that, and it was called Frisco N-Word. Frisco N-Word Ain't No Punks. And the CD was just a cover of San Francisco 49er. It was the emblem with the Bay Bridge in the back. Man, I want that song back because that song knocks. You had Mr. C, rest in peace. Hitman, rest in peace. You had half the people are resting in peace on that song. And I always keep it real here on the channel, man. My closest 5 friends that I grew up with, 3 of them are dead, and 1 of them is lost in the system, and here I am. So I'm going to take advantage. You guys, I'm done. You guys, I appreciate you guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'll see you guys on Friday night. Gracias to everyone. Last roll call to a Chicano. That's right. That's what happened over there. I don't want to get back into it, cabron. To a Chicano. That's exactly what happened over there. But guess what? Some sick-ass shit that I'm not even going to name. DL says, Donnie is very much doing well. Gracias a Dios. And, Donnie has a fucking special place right here in mi corazón, man. From having a special needs child I ain't no one. Donnie's safe right here on the channel. Let's just say that, man. I hope Donnie taps more in on the channel when I do those open lives. I call them open lives when I'll drop the link. And then you guys can come on in and shoot the shit, as long as you ain't no weirdo. Ruben C., what's the episode with Donnie called? Bro, it was just 1-1. So go back and look at the live on 1-1, cabron. Donnie came in there. I was like, whoa, he took me out of left field. He didn't know about the removals, the hits, the wax, the weirdo photos, and everything, man. And the foreign perspective, that's why he truly loves. Telly never misses. Oh, stop, man. Much respect. That's Chicano Tube. That's right. Telly and Happy New Year and all that stuff. You guys, the comments are wild. It's freedom of speech anyways. You guys go in. It's the wild, wild west. It is what it is. I know some people get a little bit antsy. Oh, this dude's on another channel talking shit about me, and then he comes over here. Well, fucking let the people comment. At the end of the day, if you're a podcaster, you know that helps your pinchy channel. You know that helps the algorithm. Oh, I'm going to start blocking people and all that. That's why I got moderators for. You guys, I'm gone. I'm going to tap back in with the familia. I appreciate you guys. It was a great conversation. Let's come back on Friday night, and we might have a special guest. I'll let you guys go. Highly appreciate your support. Hit that like one more time for Chicano Tube. Live on Chicano Street. Hit that like. Remember what I always say, raza. Remember what I always say. The most important thing. In the end, what do I say? In the end, cabrones, all you got is the memories.